Hey, what's up? This is Ariel.
And I'm Shawn.
From Icon for Hire. You're watching Heavy New York.
Heavy New York!
What's up, everybody? It's Alex from Heavy New York. We are on the tour bus outside Mercury Lounge, and we are here with Shawn and Ariel of Icon for Hire. Thank you all so much.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, we're stoked.
Yeah.
It was stoked to be able to talk to you guys today. So the first thing is always first. Your newest single is Hollow.
Yes.
Is this like a clear representation of maybe what the next, like the follow-up to your last album is going to be, or
Not
is it?
really. It was kind of a one-off. It was just a wild card. We wanted to release something new before tour, and we knew that our existing fan base would resonate with it, like on a lyrical, emotional level. We knew that it would make sense. But the rest of the stuff is all over the place, and this is just like one end of the spectrum for us.
Yeah, it's all over the place. So Hollow was a song that it was like we went into like I call it my default mode, and it's like a instinctual protection because releasing Hollow, I knew our fans were gonna like it. I knew it was like a 100%. The new stuff is very dangerous for us to release.
Well, I find it unique because I think if you were to play me like a quick clip of a song, I could tell that that's off of You Can't Kill Us, that's off of Scripted or the self-titled. Cool. So like I think it's fair to say you always like to experiment with your sound and take a new approach to everything, right?
Yeah, if I'm not evolving, I'm like
It gets boring.
I'm like going crazy upstairs. Like I can't do it. I can't do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Is there always like a preconceived idea on how you want something to sound, or is there like a lot of improvising involved? Like you just
We just make it up as we go. Literally, we'll do what we want. Right now, he's listening to Slipknot, so we're getting all these weird Slipknot sounding songs, which I don't really love. So that's a battle. But
that new album is killer.
Yeah, it's crazy because I study pop music. Obviously, we just stay a little current with all my producing and stuff. But I have been listening to so much heavy music right now, and it's translating into my own music, and not on purpose. But it's like, oh man, I think it should be like 172 BPM and double bass and quadruplet fills and all that stuff. And I don't know how it's gonna sound.
Yeah, from what it sounds like, you guys are gonna be Cannibal Corpse on the next.
Yeah.
I'm
With
learning
like
all
a
the
little
deep growling.
little
Just
Britney
kidding.
Spears on top.
But we do have some stuff that hasn't been released yet that we have finished, and that's more high energy than Hollow. Hollow is, we wouldn't have released it for a single. It doesn't make sense for a single. However, we knew it would resonate, or we hoped it would resonate right in time for this tour, and we had a cool music video idea. And in this day and age, singles aren't what they used to be. It's not like you just drop one or two songs as a representation of a record, as a collection. You're more just like, here's a song, oh, here's an EP, here's an album. It's much more casual, and we like that freedom that we can just be like, we feel like releasing this one right now. So we did. Yeah.
One question I have specifically for you, Ariel, is do you need to hear music in order to come up with lyrics, or is there a time where you have like a concept in mind and maybe that could help determine the music itself?
Yeah, no, I don't need to hear stuff at all. A lot of times I'll just be in my car or whatever. I'm writing all the time, always coming up with stuff. Sometimes though, Shawn will make a really dope track that I will want to create on because I'm like, this is really cool. I want this to be a part of our sound. So then I challenge myself to write for that. But my preferred method of writing is just like what comes out organically. So if something cool comes out, great. And that's like when you ask if there's this premeditation to each record. No, and that's what we love about being independent is we can just do whatever we want, and we do. We just write what we want, and the fans come with us, thankfully, so far, which is great.
Absolutely. As the guitarist, do you have to like maybe follow the rhythm first before you lay down riffs or a chord progression, or do you like play along to the melody of Ariel's voice or something like that? Is there something that you always have to like is there always something that like starts first with writing?
No, I mean sometimes she'll send me like a little voice memo that just goes da 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 da, you know what I mean? And then I'll just go like da 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 da, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But a lot of times it could start out with kick and drum and bass with me, some hip hop drums, or it starts with a guitar riff, and I just put it in my DAW and start recording and start layering and looping, or she'll send me like a piano song, and I'll just like speed it up and change some chords when she lets me, But a lot of times I know like if I know the key of the song, there's only a certain amount of chords to do, and I can work around that. Yeah.
What I find unique a lot is your live presence. I saw you 3 years ago with Stitched Up Heart, and the way you were incorporating lighting and crowd interaction and movement is absolutely just remarkable. Is there like a similar energy into songwriting mode as you do in your live presence, or is it like a completely separate mind frame altogether?
Yeah, we like to take the listeners on a journey. I think a lot of these kids are coming, or a lot of the fans are coming to have a life-changing experience, because that's what they tell me in VIP.
They're like, no pressure, but I really need this to change my life tonight.
Yeah, they do that. So we really want to take them on a journey, So like the first 3 songs, they're going to be upbeat, up tempo, get everybody woke up and energy, and then we'll just drop in like a a new song, and then we have like an acoustic moment where we're taking them down a little bit, and then we bring it right back up. So it's we try to take them on like 60 minutes, like of an emotional kind of roller coaster, you know.
Is these emotions that we would hear in these songs, is this representative on how you felt at the moment when writing that song, or?
Yeah, I would say so. We do try to capture that. We're always going back. However, there are some songs that we've played now for 7 years, and so we got to kind of evolve that and not just be doing it the same way every time. So that's where we will add cool intros, or we'll maybe repeat something, or we'll do it like a cool track thing with it, just to reimagine it, to keep it fresh and fun. Because some of our fans have been with us long enough; they've seen us 3, 4, 5 times, and so we are always trying to think of new ways to add cool elements to the show. But yeah, we do want them to feel the way that we felt when we wrote it. We do want to. It's really powerful to have a room full of people all feeling the same thing or all singing the same thing at the same time. Like, that is an amazing feeling, and so we try to create that.
Okay, so you try to maybe get the listener to sort of see things from your point of view. There's really is there any room for the music to be open to interpretation?
Oh, of course, yeah. We can't control what people think, so yeah, they're going to take away from it what they wish. And I think that's why it's so important as musicians that we are up there having a good time. It can't just be all about, we hope that it creates this for the listener, for the audience, because we can't control what happens there. So we just have to be in charge of having a good time and bringing it our best, our all, every single night. And then we can feel good about it. And if other people relate, cool.
There you go. And the final question I want to ask you is, this is my favorite question to ask every artist, because it's always the hardest question for everybody to answer. And I want you both to answer too. How do you know when a song is done? You first.
The songs are never done. Every single song, from scripted Icon for Hire to You Can't Kill Us to Still Can't Kill Us, sometimes I listen to them and like put them on a playlist with other artists to see if we're, and I'm sitting there running, and I go, oh, why did we do that? It's never done. And that's why you have to hire producers.
Yeah.
Because as artists, especially nowadays, we have the tools to make albums at our house. So we could just sit there. I think Venom, we had 15 different versions. So
if we don't have constraint, we'll just keep going.
Exactly.
We'll be it's not good enough.
A producer is a third party outside perspective going, this is done. Let's move on, kids.
I've always said that the producer is the 5th, 6th, if you're in Slipknot, the 10th Beatle.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. They're the ones that you're paying them to trust them to take you to that next level and end the song.
How do you know when a song's done?
I'm always thinking lyrically, and so I'm always thinking verse 1, chorus, verse 2, bridge, right? And then if the idea completes itself, if I feel like I started somewhere and I ended somewhere a little bit different by the end of the song, to me that is a completed idea. And then also I love getting in the studio. To me, part of the creative writing process is the recording, because hearing it back and kind of having that okay, I've recorded it all, listening to it back, that to me is that sense of completion. And then I know okay, we left the studio, it's got to be done. I can't keep picking at it in my brain. And that's a nice way to close the chapter. There's no more options. We can't re-record this. We're done. That hasn't stopped us. There's been a few times we've called the producer and been we want to re-record this. Yeah.
We've been working on a song since we've been out here on the road. We went to Los Angeles, we recorded it. We did most of the work in Nashville. And we got it mixed, mastered, and they put it into the Spotify
We were ready to submit it.
We were ready to submit it, and then I talked to my manager the day before we left for tour, and I'm I'm just really not happy with this song. And
so what'd you do?
He said, well, fucking do what you need to do it, and let's do it again.
So he just recorded a ton of new guitars.
I recorded a bunch of guitars at my house, edited them, sent them to the engineer, and he said, oh, this is sounding good, and we put massive guitars in this song.
You never know, though. The part that you changed, or even the song you leave out altogether, could be a B-side and just be the biggest hit you guys have had.
Exactly.
You don't know.
We're gonna share all the reject versions with our fan base. We have this Icon Army headquarters. They get our demos, our B-sides, all the stuff that didn't make it.
So they get all that
They'll
stuff.
get to hear that original version, and maybe they'll tell us they like that one better. Who knows?
If you hate it that much, Japan wants a bonus track.
Yes.
Well, there's your bonus tracks.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Japan is so greedy with their bonus tracks, right?
So before we go, I want to thank you so much for your time today. It's going to be a killer show tonight. Is there just anything else you would like to promote in terms of tours, or when can we be expecting the new Icon for Hire, if you're allowed to say?
Yes, new music will be coming out continually from now till forever, because we will just never stop. We've got the rest of this Icon Army tour. It's the U.S. tour. We're going all over the states, and then we're going international to Russia, Europe, lots of Scandinavian dates, Eastern Europe, stuff like that. And then
that's February, March 2020.
Then to the UK, and there'll be music coming out that whole time. But we just want to thank you for having us and say thank you to our amazing fans. If you're on the other side of your phone or computer watching this, we love you, and without you, this would not be a thing. So we're so grateful
Alex
for
would
your
not be
support.
here.
I wouldn't be here. Alex would still be here.
Well, I have the greatest subscriber and really, the fans of Heavy New York, I absolutely love you guys. Thank you for your support.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, thank you guys so much. Everybody, we are here with Icon for Hire. Check out their latest single, Hollow, if you haven't already. This is Alex from Heavy New York. We'll see you next time.